Today, the 23rd of March, I wasn't supposed to tell you this, but what I saw about your future changed everything. Listen, I almost didn't say anything, not because it wasn't important, but because what I saw about you felt too heavy to rush into words. There are moments when silence isn't hesitation, it's preparation. And this is one of those moments. What's happening in your life right now isn't random, and it isn't the end of your story. It's something much bigger than what you can currently see. When I looked at your path, I didn't just see your future. I saw how close things came to falling apart. There was a version of your life where exhaustion slowly took over, where you didn't quit all at once but faded little by little. And that's what hit the hardest, because even in that version, you kept going longer than most people ever would. You've been carrying more than anyone realizes, smiling when you're drained, saying, "I'm fine" when you're not, holding everything together while it feels like it's slipping inside. But here's the truth, you were never doing this alone. The things you thought were setbacks were actually protection. The opportunity that didn't work out would have drained you. The person who walked away wasn't meant to stay. The delay that frustrated you was quietly saving you from something you couldn't see yet. There were paths closing in front of you, not to block you, but to guide you somewhere better, like something was gently saying, "Not this way, trust me." Recently, something shifted, not around you, but about you. A decision was made by someone else, someone who underestimated you and didn't understand what you carry. That decision could have created damage, confusion, maybe even loss. But it didn't, because something stepped in before it could reach you. You may not have noticed it directly, but you felt it. A strange restlessness, like something wasn't right, like you were being watched, but not in a negative way, more like guarded. That feeling wasn't anxiety, it was awareness. While you were dealing with everything inside your mind, something bigger was handling what was happening around you, blocking, moving, and removing things before they ever reached you. You thought your struggle was only internal, but there were things aimed at your life that never touched you. Not because they weren't real, but because they were stopped. You're not just lucky, you're protected, and now you're standing at a turning point. You might not fully see it yet, but you can feel it. Something is ending, and something new is beginning. The version of you that doubted everything, questioned your worth, and felt stuck. That version doesn't belong where you're going. That's why things have felt uncomfortable lately. People acting different, energy shifting, conversations feeling off. It's not random, it's alignment. Some people couldn't come with you, not because they're bad, but because they don't match where you're headed. And yes, that part hurts. Because you cared, because you tried, because you stayed longer than you should have. But you're not losing people. You're outgrowing environments. What's coming next won't feel chaotic or forced. It will feel clear, calm, and right. You'll connect with people who understand you without needing explanations, and opportunities will feel supportive instead of draining. One day, you're going to look back at this season and realize nothing was falling apart. Everything was falling into place. Even the confusion, even the delays, even the silence. Especially the silence. Because that's where things were being handled without interference. You were being prepared, not punished. So don't rush now. Don't act out of impatience or go back to what's familiar just because it's comfortable. You didn't come this far to return to something that couldn't grow with you. Stay still when you need to, move when it feels right, but don't force anything. Because where you're going, things will fit naturally. And if a part of you feels like you don't deserve what's coming, the peace, the clarity, the breakthrough, that's just old thinking. Let it go. Because everything ahead of you has been built on the moments you didn't give up, the times you stayed strong, the times you kept going when it didn't make sense. That matters more than you realize. And if something inside you feels this message right now, that's not coincidence. That's recognition. You're not where you used to be, and you're not fully where you're going yet, but you're closer than you've ever been. So don't doubt it now. Not after everything you've made it through. Something has been protecting you, guiding you, staying with you even when you felt alone. And it still is. So take a breath. You're not behind, you're not lost, you're exactly where you need to be. And what's coming next is going to make sense of everything.
And there's more you need to understand, because what's ahead of you isn't just a small change, it's a complete shift in how your life feels. The version of you that's stepping forward now is not the same one who walked through all those difficult seasons. You changed in ways you don't even fully recognize yet. You're stronger but quieter about it, wiser but not hardened. You've learned how to keep going without needing validation, and that alone has already set you apart from where you used to be. What I saw next wasn't chaos or struggle, it was clarity. The kind of clarity that doesn't come all at once, but settles in slowly, like light filling a room at sunrise. Things that once confused you will start to make sense without you forcing answers. You'll begin to see why certain doors had to close the way they did, why certain people had to leave without explanation, and why timing never seemed to match your expectations. It's not going to feel like loss anymore. It's going to feel like understanding. And that understanding is going to bring a kind of peace you haven't felt in a long time. There's also a shift happening in how you connect with others. You're no longer going to feel like you have to prove your worth or explain your intentions just to be accepted. The right people won't require that from you. They'll meet you where you are, without confusion, without games, without hidden motives. Conversations will feel natural again, not draining. You'll notice how different it feels when you're not constantly questioning where you stand with someone. That uncertainty you used to carry, it fades. In its place comes a quiet confidence, not loud or forced, just steady. And with that, your energy changes. You stop chasing what isn't meant for you, and instead, things begin to come toward you naturally. Opportunities, connections, even moments of peace. You won't have to fight for them the way you used to. I also saw something important about your timing. For a long time, it felt like you were behind, like everyone else was moving forward while you were stuck waiting. But that wasn't the truth. You weren't being delayed, you were being positioned. There's a difference. Delays feel like nothing is happening, but positioning means everything is being arranged in the right way before it reaches you. And now that positioning is turning into movement. Things that felt stuck will begin to shift. Not all at once, but enough for you to notice, enough for you to realize that something is finally opening up. And when it does, it won't feel overwhelming, it will feel right, like something you've been ready for, even if you didn't know it. You're also going to start trusting yourself more. That's a big part of this next phase. Before, you second-guessed your decisions, questioned your instincts, and looked for reassurance from others. But now, something inside you is becoming clearer. You'll feel it in small moments, when you know what to do without asking anyone, when you walk away from something without needing closure, when you choose peace instead of proving a point. That's growth, and it's going to guide you in ways that feel natural, not forced. You won't need to overthink everything anymore. Some things will just feel right, and that will be enough. And then there's this, the weight you've been carrying. It starts to lift. Not all at once, but little by little. The stress, the overthinking, the emotional exhaustion, it begins to fade. You'll notice it in your breathing, in your sleep, in the way your mind finally starts to slow down. You won't feel as heavy as you used to. There's a lightness coming back to you, something you haven't felt in a while. And it's not because life suddenly becomes perfect, it's because you're no longer carrying things that were never meant to stay with you. You're learning to let go without guilt, to move forward without dragging the past behind you. But here's something you need to be careful about. As things start to improve, there may be moments where old patterns try to pull you back. Familiar thoughts, familiar people, familiar situations, they might show up again, not because they belong in your future, but because they're familiar to your past. Don't confuse familiarity with alignment. Just because something feels known doesn't mean it's right for where you're going. This is where your awareness matters. This is where you choose differently. And you will, because you're not the same person anymore. What's coming into your life now is more stable, more genuine, and more aligned with who you've become. It won't feel rushed or forced. It will build naturally, step by step.
And as it does, you're going to realize something that might surprise you. You were never as lost as you thought you were. You were just in a process that you couldn't fully see at the time. Every moment, every delay, every change, it was all leading you here. So as you move forward from this point, don't rush the process.
And now, you're stepping into something you've never fully experienced before. Not just change, but stability. Not just moments of peace, but a life that begins to feel peaceful more often than not. That might sound unfamiliar to you, because for so long you've been used to pushing through, figuring things out the hard way, and carrying more than your share. But this next phase isn't asking you to struggle the same way. It's asking you to receive. And that can feel just as uncomfortable at first, especially when you're used to earning everything through effort and endurance. You might even question it, wondering if it's real, if it's going to last, if something is about to go wrong. But this time, it's different. This time, things are aligning in a way that doesn't take from you, it adds to you. You're going to notice a shift in how you handle situations that once overwhelmed you. Things that used to trigger stress or overthinking won't have the same hold on you anymore. You'll pause instead of react. You'll understand instead of assume. You'll walk away instead of holding on. That's not you becoming distant, it's you becoming grounded. There's a calm strength building in you, one that doesn't need to prove itself. And people will notice it, even if they can't explain it. Your presence will feel different, more centered, more certain. You won't need to say much for others to feel it. There's also a sense of direction becoming clearer. For a long time, you've been moving forward without fully knowing where things were leading. You trusted the process as much as you could, even when it didn't make sense. But now, pieces are starting to come together. Not everything at once, but enough for you to feel it, like you're no longer wandering, but actually arriving somewhere. The goals you once questioned begin to feel possible again. The ideas you put aside start to come back with new energy. And this time, you approach them differently, not with pressure, but with clarity. What's powerful about this stage is that you're no longer trying to become someone else. You're becoming more of who you already are. There's less pretending, less over-explaining, less shrinking yourself to fit into spaces that were never right for you. You're more honest now, with others, but especially with yourself. And that honesty is what's creating real change. You're no longer building your life around expectations, you're building it around truth. And truth has a way of simplifying everything. You're also going to feel a stronger sense of boundaries, not walls, but clarity. You'll know what you're willing to accept and what you're not. You won't feel guilty for protecting your time, your energy, or your peace. That guilt you used to carry when saying no, it starts to fade, because you're beginning to understand that protecting your peace isn't selfish, it's necessary. And the more you honor that, the more your life reflects it. Another thing, your relationship with yourself is changing. You're not as critical as you used to be. You're starting to recognize how far you've come, even if you don't say it out loud. There's a quiet respect building within you. You're learning to trust your decisions, to forgive your past choices, and to stop holding yourself to impossible standards. That inner pressure begins to ease, and in its place comes something steady, self-awareness, not self-doubt. And as this continues, something else naturally follows: confidence. Not loud, not forced, not something you have to convince yourself of, just a quiet knowing that you'll be okay no matter what happens. That's real confidence, and it changes how you move through life. You stop fearing outcomes so much because you trust your ability to handle them. You stop chasing approval because you no longer need it to feel secure. You become more present, more focused, more at ease. There will still be challenges. Life doesn't stop completely, but they won't feel the same. You won't feel alone in them, and you won't feel like they're breaking you. Instead, they'll feel like something you can move through,
not something that controls you. That's the difference. You're no longer just reacting to life, you're navigating it. And maybe the most important part of all, you start to feel a sense of fulfillment that doesn't depend on everything being perfect. You'll have moments where you pause and realize you're okay. Not because everything is solved, but because you found a kind of balance within yourself. That feeling is something you've been searching for, even if you didn't have the words for it before. So as you move into this next phase, remember this: don't go back to old versions of yourself just because they feel